Okay, thank you again for actually sharing, your busy weekend and listen to my webinar. I think this is really wonderful that you spend the time because let me share with you a story. This is, basically we have given a lot of webinar now. And one of the things that we alerted a lot of people about the upcoming potential issues with like item of how the blood sugar go up and then get checked. One of the things that was very interesting is one of my clients recently had checked, had high blood cholesterol. And with that, we alerted him and said, well, okay, one, you are going to be a diabetes because you're already pre-diabetic, and you check some more, maybe you already converted. And now they check, and it was found out that on the cholesterol went up very high. Plus, actually, when you look a little further, he is already just recently converted to A1C is more than 6.4 already. So with that, I also suggested, hey, how about going to see a cardiologist because your blood cholesterol is so high. And he actually went there and he found out that his coronary artery actually is quite plugged up. So net result, he went to receive a treatment. So I think the lecture you guys listen are very, very helpful. And I think you got to understand this can be something that potentially even a life-saving thing. And my friends would be very appreciated, basically, after lecture and realize that, wow, really, I understand a lot. And I hope that you can also give us some comment to say that, hey, is this webinar helping you to better understanding what is pre-diabetic management and, or diabetes management? That would be really helpful if you can say something like that in the Facebook or also in the webinar here today. Hi， 各位朋友 ，Andrew 啊，我係Lowsutea President， 你好。嗱，今日好高興咧，有機會咧，大家又見面啦。咁啊，講下即係呢啲糖尿病管理嘅問題啦。咁其實咧，我哋好開心咧，即係有啲朋友即係覺得我哋幫到佢嘅。點解咁講咧？就係啱有個 client 啦，就話俾你聽，哇 ，Andrew 好多謝你，因為呢個每個禮拜咧，呢啲堂上咗之後咧。佢哋咧就即係有啲嘢 find out 到，咁然後咧就即刻再睇醫生。咁睇醫生之後咧，然後佢再 identify， 哇，原來我真係好唔掂嘅喎。咁佢咧就即刻去即係睇心臟醫生啦。咁點解咧？因為佢嗰陣時咧睇咗之後咧，就話你要睇下 cholesterol OK 啊，同埋 A1C OK 啊。咁睇咗之後咧，原來知道咧 cholesterol 高得好緊要。第二咧個 A1C 咧亦都高咗好多啦。咁然後其實佢依家要 convert 咗diabetes 啊，咁我話你個 cholesterol 咁高咧，係咪應該睇下心臟醫生，唔係淨係睇你個即係family medicine 夠啦咁。咁佢咧其實就即係都即係 follow 我哋 advice 啦。咁去咗之後，原來咧就翻到佢嘅心臟嘢塞得好緊要啦。咁變咗嚟講咧，佢就要 next step 就要嘅通波仔啦。咁佢就覺得我哋即係救咗佢一命咁啦。咁其實唔係嘅，即係我希望我哋嘅 seminar 咧就幫助佢更加了解，咁佢能夠咧。即係令到佢即係 monitor 呢啲東西咧，就身體更加健康。呢個係我哋嘅 objective。同埋，如果佢係未去到糖尿病或者未去到前期患病嘅時候，我有啲方案咧俾到佢咧係能夠 prevent 佢變咗去前期患糖尿病嘅。咁呢個係我希望做到嘅東西。嗱，首先咧，咁我哋依家咧就開始講我哋今日嘅節目啦。嗱，其實有好多朋友咧都唔 realize 咧，因為佢話喂，我爹哋媽咪係糖尿病者喎，點解我又會係做咗即係糖尿病咧，最後點解會變咗咁咧？咁呢個咧，其實咧係一個常見到嘅問題嘅。咁我哋就今日再講下點解會係咁咧。咁我哋呢個係一個好嘅，即係一個十分好嘅東西咧，俾你了解到最緊點解你會有糖尿病。OK， 咁我哋今日會現在咧就講我哋嘅書目啦。OK，so as I mentioned. A lot of clients were saying that, hey, my mom, dad, and brothers diabetes. Would I be a diabetic? And so I said, yes, the chances for you become a diabetic is very high. So you really got to watch. And so what you have to watch. So many of them actually became start getting aware, and they really became wow, I now understand that it's so important to better understand why we are like that. And then, so from there, I will start taking action to do many of the prevention, i.e., from diet control, exercise, and so forth. So definitely, this type of lectures can help you to build that awareness, and thereafter, you can naturally help you to make prevention measure. Okay, this is where we are coming from. Okay, so today our agenda will talk about stage of diabetes, what is diabetes report, and after you see some of the statistics, you can start realizing, wow, there's a lot of people with diabetes. And so what is the generic of diabetic, type 2 diabetic related? And how do you test for that? And how do you prevent that to become a diabetes? And why Lowsutea can help you? And we'll also include some time the question answer. 今日我哋嘅題目咧好特別啊。咁第一咧，好多人都覺得，喂，我爹哋媽咪係糖尿病啦，咁我細佬哥哥又係糖尿病，咁我會有㗎。嗱，個 chance 咧你會好高嘅，因為你就係成家都有晒。咁其實咧，我都好多病人好特別咧，一個買咗一包之後用咗之後咧，咁我話你都買6、7包嘅。佢話哦，因為我依家我俾我哥啦、我妹啦、我爸爸啦、媽媽，哇，原來成家都係喎。咁所以呢啲好多係 genetic related 嘅。咁所以變咗嚟講咧，係一個好有幫助。咁當然啦，依家講完之後咧，其實最重要嘅東西咧就唔係淨係飲個茶，最重要學下點去 manage 呢個我哋嘅糖尿病。因為茶咧只係一個部分嘅，其實最好用咧就係了解個 disease 成個 process。但係點樣去管理？因為兩樣做埋晒之後咧，哇！你嗰個即係即係身體健康嘅機會咧係十分高嘅。咁呢個係我哋嘅最大嘅 value 咧，係俾到你喺呢堂裏面俾到你嘅。So as I mentioned, it's not really just drinking a tea. Tea is only one function, but the most important and the highest value will give you is all these lectures giving you so you can able to help you to better understand how to manage your pre-diabetic, diabetes, or your even before that, your cholesterol and your blood pressure, before you even get to a pre-diabetic stage. All these are the highest value. To me, this is even more important than just drinking tea. So I hope that will give you some answer today. If you have any question, do write to me. And all the time, I have all customers writing to me. I help them answer a lot of questions. Now, just want to catch up because I saw some new names here today, which I don't know who are they and where they came from. And anyway, we have a lecturer from basically from Hawaii, San Francisco, Vancouver, Hong Kong, and different places all over the world and Southeast Asia country. So we really appreciate you spending time. But I just want to real fast review this. I know you might felt that, hey, I heard this before, but more you hear, more you understand it, and then this value continue goes up because now you have full understanding why become a diabetes. Now, the 4 stages of diabetes is very important. The first stage is the LDL goes up, it damages the B cells, which is the insulin come out of the B cells will take the sugar into the cells, that damage. More B cells come up, it doesn't work. So you're increasing, got more sugar in the bloodstream, and then the cholesterol and the blood sugar mixed together, it become thick. And then the blood becomes thick, you move to the stage 2 because it will start plaquing everywhere. The whole body, all the vessels are start forming plaques. And that result, you will increase your blood pressure. Now, that is so important in diabetes. Now, diabetes is the whole body disease. The reason is because the plaques are formed everywhere. Wow, that is so dangerous as you move on when you get older, because as time goes on, that is the most detrimental for diabetes. Now, sugar will continue goes up, and then you start forming plaque, and it will move to stage 3 because your blood sugar never comes down anymore. So you continue goes up, then all doctor will measure your A1C, HbA1c. What they measure is the hemoglobin molecule, where how many percentage of sugar attached to this protein, hemoglobin. And so if you have 5.7, you are a normal person. If you're over 5.7 to 6.4, you are pre-diabetic. After 6.4, you are converted already. So if you do not do anything, the sad part is there's no medication for you. They all stay just continue to same lifestyle, your blood sugar definitely will continue goes up. Eventually, once you move to 6.4, you are diabetes. So stage 4 becomes diabetes. Now, once you become diabetes, you know what? You will be, a doctor will give you some time to convert it back. But if you within 6 months to a year don't get that, they will basically say you are diabetic. Insurance goes up, everything goes up. So you don't want to have that in that boat, right? So everybody go through stage 4. OK， 嗱，各位堂友，其實咧每一個人咧都有4個 stage 咧，由前期患病去到糖尿病嘅。第一個咧就係你膽固醇 LDL 上升，咁佢就將嗰啲 B cell 胰島素出嚟 ，B cell 帶入去個糖帶啲糖入細胞裏面。咁佢如果 B cell 唔 work 嘅話，越多出嚟咧都唔 work 啊，咁啊有好多 insulin resistance 啦。咁糖加膽固醇咧就俾啲血咧就好結啦。當你好結嘅時候咧，就有好大問題咯。呢個去 move stage 2喎，咁 stage 2咧就將全身嘅血管都係咁塞咗佢，哇！咁嗰陣時就好弊啦。咁當你塞咗佢之後咧，咁咧你就一路係嗰啲糖一路直上啦。咁你咧就所有醫生咧就去前期患病嘅時候就 measure 你個叫 HbA1c。HbA1c 咧就係呢個呢個血糖嘅會。啲血糖 attach 咗一個個 hemoglobin 嗰度咧，就計你個 percentage 有幾個血糖黐住嘅。如果你5.7以下咧，普通人；如果5.7至到6.4咧，你係前期患病。好可惜，前期患病嘅時候咧，醫生係冇藥俾你食嘅。咁你只係咧就係繼續，如果你係繼續因為咁嘅生活咧，好快脆咧，3年後咧你就轉咗糖尿病㗎啦。所以喺呢度咧，你一定要繼續控制你嘅食材啦、運動啊嗰啲，全部要做晒啲東西啦，咁你先能夠maintain到你前期。最好就係整下之後，你就去翻5.7啦，係咪得㗎？得，因為我見到好多人。但係如果咧糖尿病咧，1年之後咧，如果你繼續喺度升得上去7咧，你一直食藥，你做咗食藥之後咧，咁你 basically 咧都係以後都係糖尿病啫。Okay, at the end of the day, you will find, well, how Lowsutea works. Lowsutea is very simple. There's only 2 ingredients. One is the guava leaf bits, which delay the absorption of sugar entering the blood vessels. And the bitter melon basically increase the insulin sensitivity, take the sugar into cells, and also dump cholesterol, sugar, and sodium out the urine. And that result, your 3 high will come down, your blood sugar, cholesterol, and blood pressure will come down, because when sodium comes down, your blood pressure comes down, plus it will detox. So, and many people take that too, also found out they also start losing weight. So that's really cool. And then we have a program not only help you to basically just drink the tea, because this is the highest value, I think. We'll give you diet information, how to get low fat, low carb diet, exercise, how to exercise 8 to 10,000 steps, weight control, lower your BM to 23. We have weekly doctor webinars, so you learn how to manage, and also blood tracking, because in order to know, you got to blood track, because diabetes, you don't know how it, and hopefully at the end of the day, even your A1C is as high as 10% will get you down to 5.7. And I have a lot of clients actually already achieved that. So I'm very happy. So it's really not just drinking the tea. The important is learning how to manage. And that is the highest value we have provided to our client, is really the management part. And people and motivate you, holding a hand throughout your diabetic journey. And that's what we're trying to do. 各位同學好簡單，其實糖尿我哋嘅去糖茶有2種嘅，第一個就係呢個番薯口入邊咧就講整慢咗啲糖進入血管裏邊啦，咁然後咧就有個叫苦瓜，苦瓜就帶啲糖increase 嗰個胰島素嘅sensitivity，咁帶翻糖入去嗰啲細胞裏邊，我哋用到糖啦。咁但係好嘢咧，佢係 excess 咧，即係多咗咧，佢就喺個尿嗰度咧糖掉咗出嚟，膽固醇掉咗出嚟，鹽分掉咗出嚟，咁3高都降低啦，因為糖膽固醇同埋血壓都會降低，同埋仲有排毒。咁可能食咗之後咧，仲有咧就減低咗佢嘅磅數啦，呢個好特別啦。咁我其實咧最重要呢個最高嘅即係 value 啦，就係我哋第一 即係教你有咩食材嘅重要性啦，同埋咧仲有運動啦，咁同埋咧就點控制你 BMI 嘅重磅啦，因為你降低磅，降低你嘅卡路里同埋你嘅 carbs 咧又行啦，咁同埋我哋每個禮拜咧醫生講座啦，同埋每日點度血咧，全部教你嘅。咁呢個咧就係一個 program 幫你去控制你自己嘅血糖嘅問題。哇！呢個係一個重要點啊！呢個先係其實我覺得最重要嘅 value 啊！呢個最 OK。So we talk, catch up with everybody now. I hope that everybody have understand what we're trying to do. We want to provide you a highest value so you can able to learn how to manage your diabetes or your pre-diabetic so you don't convert, or if you convert it, you can go back to pre-diabetic. So this is what we'll do. So let's talk about what is the role of genetic in diabetes. And so is it really truly just inherited problem? So we're going to give you quite a bit of good answer so we have some idea. Okay, so right now, first step, we're going to get some idea of, some statistics so we get you some idea how is the world doing. By the way, in the United States, there's about 37 million people diabetes. And basically, this 37 million people, 28.7 people already identified, and there's about 8.5 million people still do not know. So actually, this is not only in the United States, in Hong Kong, the same thing. They found that it's about 20% of people who really did not know their diabetes. They don't even know they're pre-diabetic also. And in the United States, 98 million people in the US are pre-diabetic, and 38% of these people basically talk about the whole top population. This is talking about 38% of United States adults are pre-diabetic. Wow, that's a scary number. Plus 65 years and older in the United States, 26.4 million people, basically 40.8 total population are diabetes. So imagine that this is a pre-diabetic. So that's a huge number of people are pre-diabetic. And really, at the end of the day, we hope that we provide this education lecture, hope everybody understand it, so they could be better managed, so they won't even become a diabetes. They will just stay in pre-diabetic. That will be very good. Okay. 各位，其實咧，原來全世界已經好多人有 diabetes 啦，美國都係更加勁，37個 million 嘅人咧已經係糖尿患病者啦。咁如果喺佢裏邊嗰度咧有28.7個 million 咧已經 identify 咗，但係有8個 million 咧冇人佢自己都唔知嘅。咁同香港差唔多嘅，香港有20% 人咧都唔知自己係糖尿病。咁仲有96% 個 million 嘅人咧喺呢個美國咧係已經前期患病，仲有咧係喺呢班人裏邊咧48.8% 嘅人咧，亦都原來係65歲咧已經係前期患病，即係一半嘅老人家咧係可能已經係前期患病。哇！咁呢個係一個好大 number 嚟嘅，即係話咧好多人都真係會有可能已經係前期患病或者糖尿病。咁其實咧因為你知道糖尿病咧好多不同問題噶嘛，咁如果我哋知道之後咧，原來依家要真係快去 take some work 去點管理啦。So really at the end of the day, now in World Health has shown so many people have diabetes. So how do you prevent type 2 diabetes? Okay, because in the world, 422 million, but this is a little older than some of the data now is 438. Globally have diabetes. 95% of these global people are type 2 diabetes, not type 1, type 2, basically. Okay, and then anyway. There's a lot of people. The death due to diabetes is very high. Okay, the cost of death is 1.5 million people happen before age 70. So a lot of people die because of diabetes. And then also there are 460,000 kidney disease deaths caused by diabetes. So I used to work with Baxter, as you remember. I used to work with diabetes a lot because many of my CAPD dialysis patients are all diabetes. In Hong Kong, when I first launched the CAPD in Hong Kong, 50% of my patients are diabetes. Now 75%, okay? And so also there's a lot of blindness, stroke, heart disease, amputation, all these caused by diabetes. And also the mortality rate are going about 3%, cardiovascular deaths is 20%. Why there's so many cardiovascular deaths? Because the blood vessel, remember stage 2, the blood starts forming plaques everywhere. One of the places that form plaque is your heart, a coronary artery. So that is really scary. So really at the end of the day, you don't want to get yourself really in the diabetic stage. 嗱，全世界咧已經有438個 million 嘅人咧係有糖尿病啦。咁其實咧呢啲係95%呢啲咧都係全部係2型糖尿病嚟嘅喎。咁其實喺世界上咧就有1.5個 million 嘅人咧係有即係因為70歲啦，咁佢糖尿病係死亡嘅。咁其實咧仲有胰臟啦。即係腎病啦，有460萬咧係腎病死亡嘅，因為帶起呢個糖尿病啦。咁其實都好多人死，失明啦、中風啦、心臟病啦，話要腳斬咗佢啦，或者呢啲全部好多都係因為糖尿病做出嚟嘅。咁如3% 喺2020年到2019年咧，個死亡率咧大概3% 嘅病人死亡率。咁同埋咧仲有20% 啲病人咧都有呢個高血壓同埋呢個心臟病因為點解咧？好簡單，因為高血壓、心臟病咧就係嗰啲血管咧全部俾個糖係咁生，所以 it's going to be a big problem. So really at the end of the day, you can ask, what is diabetes? Now, diabetes definitely is a chronic disease. You can get well. Only thing that you will have to do is control. Then the diabetes is really affect your whole body because of sugar, blood sugar, whole body. It affects the whole body sugar. And it plugs everywhere, mixed up with the cholesterol, form plaques everywhere. And that is the biggest problem ever. So your blood sugar cannot come down, continue to stay in the bloodstream, continue to go up. It plugs everywhere. So if some people have diabetes, this is going to be mainly 90, or what we talk about is type 2 diabetes, and 95% the worldwide diabetes is type 2. Now, type 1, basically, have no insulin. So they very young age, they have to start injection insulin. Now, diabetes actually is not only for the elderly. Really, nowadays, matter of fact, one of the nurse educator from Kapilani Hospital was telling me when she was in nursing school, she believed that diabetes, which is the same as mine when nursing school, is 65 and up. But he said now he saw people at 30 years old already type 2 diabetes. So really, at the end of the day, the population growing, lots of diabetes. The reason is because of diet, lifestyle, they don't move much, and so overweight. All that are the driver to the diabetes. And this is going to be worse than COVID. So we got to really help to educate, provide this information so you understand how to manage it, not to get yourself with diabetes. 嗱，講起糖友，其實咧，原來咧，全世界咧2型糖尿病係最高嘅嚇。咁但係其實咧，因為2型糖尿病咧就係最重要咧，就係啲糖上升，上升咗血管係好多糖啊。上咗咁嘅全身咁塞，呢個係最大嘅問題，因為塞咗之後咧就要好多後遺症出現啦嘛。咁同埋咧，仲有咧，你如果有啲糖尿病之後咧，你有好多嘢嘅風險出現啦。咁其實現在嚟講，好多年青人咧唔係淨係呢個即係60歲以上嗰啲人，依家好多年青人係30零歲已經有糖尿病。個原因就係因為個 diet 啦、喐啦、運動啦，呢啲咧全部增加咗糖尿病風險嘅。So you really at the end of the day, when you look at it, when you take food, very simple understanding. When you take food, the food will convert glucose, go to the bloodstream, either go into your muscle or your liver, and insulin comes in and basically will utilize all these sugars and then back in and put it in the cell so you feel energy. But the sad part is, when you have type 2 diabetes, the sugar comes in. Unfortunately, your insulin doesn't work, so it doesn't take it to the muscles or liver because it has high insulin resistance, and it keeps staying in the bloodstream. So that result, your sugar not being used. So eventually you will basically form with all the issues with the sugar and cholesterol mixed together, the blood becomes thick, and then your blood sugar can go up. It stay in the bloodstream. Eventually, you just become a diabetes, and that's how it works. So 如果你食咗嘢咧，普通人咧好簡單，你就食咗嘢之後啦，咁啲胰島素彈出嚟啦，咁佢就俾啲糖咧，帶啲糖入去細胞裏邊啦，咁亦都會帶啲糖咧入去 muscles 啊，或者肝臟啊，咁你可以用晒啲糖嘅儲嘅糖啦，咁所以變咗其實咧係一個好健康東西。你唔夠糖咧，個身體亦都俾翻啲糖你喺 muscle 攞啲糖出嚟，或者喺個肝攞啲糖俾翻你嘅，所以唔怕嘅。但係可惜當係異形嘅時候咧有問題啦，因為你糖出咗嚟咧，你胰島素用唔到啊，咁你繼續係去出胰島素，但係你啲糖咧係已經同嗰個胰島素係個 B cell 帶唔到啲糖入去細胞裏邊，咁變咗入唔到 liver 啊，入唔到嗰啲細胞啊，亦都入唔到嗰啲肌肉喎，咁變咗嚟講，最後咧你就 end up 咧就越整越多糖，咁所以咧呢個係點解要真係要揾啲方法令到你啲糖會可以用得翻咧？咁啲胰島素冇繼續好多叫 insulin resistant 咧，呢個就係我哋今日好多時咧要講翻俾你聽嘅。Okay, so some of the basic symptoms, and actually, matter of fact, quite a few people, if they are starting to get diabetes, they're going to see that. One, there will be increased thirst. They always feel thirsty, okay? The skin become dry. If they get it worse, the vision become blur because of the fact that some of the artery of the vessels in the eyes are already being plugged up, so you cannot see, and then you feel tired all the time. You also have taking feeling of the hands and feet. And also certainly some people said, hey, how come I suddenly my weight is losing? And then you always get hungry even after eating. You have numbness of the hands and feet. And also you might go frequent urination. And it could be a sore that on the foot area, it doesn't heal. And it just heals very slowly. Those are all symptoms of diabetes. Now, in pre-diabetic, a lot of time you get is dry skin, and then you're taking a hand because of the numbness, and then also you're going to start getting tired, and so these also some of the symptoms here are quite similar to the pre-diabetic stage people. So when you have this symptom, you should actually get yourself checked out on to your family medicine who check your A1C and your cholesterol, so you can see, what happened to you. Is it you are really going to a pre-diabetic stage? Now, a lot of people start seeing nothing much happen, but on a common exam, the A1C already 6.1 or 2, and absolutely no sign and symptom. And that is also very common. So you gotta really, at the end of the day, when you're 40 and up, you got to really go maybe once a year to check with the doctor. Your blood sugar, A1C is the number you want to ask, the name that you want to test, you want to ask them, and then check your cholesterol and so forth. So usually when you checked up, that you can check, you can find out. Once you identify you're pre-diabetic, you really got to change your lifestyle to make yourself improvement. If you don't, then you got to do a lot of future problems. 嗱，各位朋友。好特別咧，當你有糖尿病症狀咧，你多數係口乾啦、皮膚會乾啦、視力模糊啦。嗱，視力模糊係重要嘅個原因就係因為嗰啲糖塞晒喺個眼嘅血管裏邊咧，咁你開始睇唔到啊。如果你唔處理咧，會盲嘅喎。咁就好多時疲倦啦，或者手腳麻痹啦，同埋咧個磅數忽然間會輕咗啦，同埋咧食完嘢就好快就肚餓啦。仲有你就有尿頻啦，同埋傷口慢慢好啦。嗱，呢啲嘢全部係病人症狀嘅，但係前期患病都有呢啲咁嘅症狀嘅，尤其是呢個皮膚乾啦、疲倦啦、手腳麻痹啦，呢啲嘢咧係或者尿頻啦，都會可能有。所以當你有呢個 information 嘅時候咧，咁你就要睇醫生去度下血 A1C， 度下 A1C 同埋 cholesterol。如果唔係咧，你就真係可能咧，即係中咗都唔知，一段時間又冇處理，咁你個血糖越越高嘅時候咧，就好弊家伙啦。So the sad part is also if you don't do anything, like for example, not treat it, you know what? Your risk is very high because you're going to have high chances of risk of stroke, You're going to have cataract glaucoma. That's why you have blurred vision, right? Your pancreas doesn't work. You have to add up with insulin, heart disease. That is a big problem. Your heart stops, you die. And that's why my friend, I told him, you got to see a cardiologist. If cholesterol goes up, sugar goes up. And I found out his heart, coronary artery has already plucked quite a bit of vessel. So all these got dangerous stuff. And plus your high blood pressure, your vessel can be damaged because you have a lot of sugar. You know, your blood vessel becomes very hardened. So your blood pressure also goes up beside all plaque you form. Now, nerve damage, a lot of people don't even know because the blood clotting all the brain nerve area or the stomach area. So net result, you're going to have a lot of stomach problem. You can't feel, your leg cannot feel. So injury, you don't know. So you don't take care. You end up infected, gangrene, cut your foot. Wow, that's a real problem. And kidney failure is a lot of these issues. 70% of type 2 diabetic patient will have some form of kidney disease. So you have to check. So in pregnancy, if you're a gestation diabetic, a few years later, you got to watch because you might be potential gestation diabetic. So, and also, since you don't have feel, 30% of diabetic patients will not have sex because they can't feel, okay? So really, all that, the complication, that's the kind of things that you are preventing. So really, you take some action now will help you prevent all these future pain, okay? And plus, your healthcare costs will go up. Typical diabetes healthcare is about $17,000. In Hong Kong, it's $100,000, 17,000 US, Hong Kong, 100,000 Hong Kong dollars, which is about 13,000. So it's not that far apart, but on the other hand, you have a much higher medical cost, plus all the time you're going to see the doctor, and you are not going to enjoy life. So please take the advice of make sure change your lifestyle, become a better person. 嗱，各位同友，記住，當你有糖尿病嘅時候咧，併發症係一個好多問題嘅，有中風問題啦，有白內障嘅問題啦，有胰島素唔 function， 你要打胰島素啦，心臟病問題啦，因為心係咁塞啊嘛，記唔記得啦？咁仲有血壓高啦，同埋個血管硬化咗啦，咁你就變咗好多問題出嚟咯喎。咁同埋神經系統損壞咗，呢個好大問題。因為損壞咗你好多時咧就冇感覺啊。咁又好胃有問題啦，好多時你隻腳又有問題啦。同埋個腦咧，好多地方都有可能即係損壞咗，你感覺唔到啊！咁變咗嚟講，你譬如你嘅腳整親咧，你自己冇咗痛楚嘅時候咧，咁你就唔理咗佢啦，咁佢哋變咗就 end up 有呢個成個隻腳嗰度死咗，就要斬咗佢咯喎。咁就係70%咧嘅病人都有呢個腎病嘅問題嘅。咁同埋仲有咧，如果你係懷咗孕，你有糖尿病咧，咁可能你個高風險咧係喺度嘅，咁一定要處理啦。咁同埋30% 嘅朋友咧都冇呢個性功能，個原因咧就係冇感覺，因為呢個 nerve 神經系統損壞。Okay, so at the end of the day, when you think about it, the risk factor for pre-diabetic diabetes is pretty much the same because at the end of the day, pre-diabetic will move to diabetes. So you will have the same issue of the complication we just talked about. If you're diabetic already, if you don't go back to pre-diabetic, you have even higher risk to get all the issues that I just talked about. So you're going to have high blood pressure, high cholesterol. And so also another thing too, because if you are basically pre-diabetic or you are basically not quite pre-diabetic yet, eventually you will, then these are the risk factor that people need to start looking if you start seeing yourself in this stage. For example, if you have high blood pressure or high cholesterol, remember the first one, stage 1 is high cholesterol. You get the blood becomes damaged, the insulin with the B cells damaged, then because of cholesterol issue, LDL damage the B cells, and it makes the blood become thick. So first of all, high blood pressure, high cholesterol, that is the issue because it will move to stage 2. You're going to have high, blood pressure, right? So now another thing a lot of people don't realize, you have sleep apnea. Now sleep apnea, usually you are really chubby here and you are always overweight. So you are definitely a symptom of a sign that you are a very good candidate to a pre-diabetic diabetes. So you got to be really look at that. Do you have a sleep apnea problem? In Hong Kong, people have 40 to 50 years about. Many people have sleep apnea because they're overweight. Excuse me. And if you are overweight and obese, you have also a high risk factor. And on top of that, if your family, as I mentioned, this is the key subject for our topic today, because I asked many of my friends, I said, how come you buy 6-pack at one time? They said, well, because my brother is, my mother is, my sister is, and parents is. So they all actually, and the whole link. So it's that one person start finding out that all my immediate family have diabetes or they're pre-diabetic. So this is a family of diabetes, and we have lots of those. Now, if you are a person that you don't move at all, and you just like to eat and sit, I have a lot of computer people also have the same thing. They love to do work and they're overweight, and so these can be also a high risk factor. And then suddenly, if you're 45 years or older, you're also in the risk range. So that result, you got to think about if you are like all these people, high blood pressure, high cholesterol, so you better start even further and make sure check with your doctor that, you know, I will make sure you are not in pre-diabetic stage. 嗱，糖尿病咧前期同埋糖尿病嘅風險點咧？大家都頭先我講咗係有咩風險啊？咁其實咧有咩人呢啲咁嘅跡象咧，你更加已經係要 high risk 㗎啦，即係你一定要開始注重嘅。譬如你睇醫生開始見到，喂，我血糖高咧，係同埋我血壓同埋個糖呢個血壓同埋膽固醇都高喎。咁 most likely 咧，你血糖都會高嘅。咁呢個係一個 high risk 嘅 factor 啦。睡眠質色性一定係啦，因為咧多數睡眠質嘅人士咧就多數都好肥胖嘅。呢度係大肚墩嘅，咁其實症狀出嚟咧，已經你係一個 candidate 係嗰種嘅肥胖嘅東西，咁呢個咧亦都好高即係情況下咧，你係已經係可能前期患病，尤其是你係已經咁肥呢度啦，咁你呢地方都係咁肥嘅，咁 definitely 啦，咁你又同埋咗一樣咧，你係仲係重磅喎，又肥喎 ，BMI 去咗30以上喎。肥胖喎，咁但係家族咧，今日講呢個家族咧係好重要嘅，因為好多人家族咧真係咁肥嘅時候咧，同埋家族係個個有糖尿病咧，唔係家族一個家族裏邊有媽咪爹哋啊，most嚟佢嗰啲細佬妹啊，同埋佢 uncle auntie 啊，都係可能會有糖尿病嘅。咁其實我哋好多朋友都係買咗1包或者買6包咁多，原來佢買阿媽、阿爸爸、佢細佬妹全部係一樣嘅。咁當然啦，好多人發生活方式咧，佢食好多嘢嘅，同埋佢唔喐乜滯嘅，又唔 exercise 嘅。咁呢啲人咧，亦都係一個高風險嘅。咁但係如果45歲咧，咁你個風險咧一定係高㗎啦，因為呢啲人咧係都有好多人咧係會有呢個前期或者糖尿嘅風險嘅。Okay, now we already spoke about understanding. Earlier, I talked about a lot of our client. And also, in many research, if your parents is diabetic or your grandparents are diabetic, most likely in your family, you have a whole chain of people also are diabetes, okay? So you really gotta have, and because of the fact that you do have a gene issue that is a strong risk factor to develop type 2 diabetic. So if your parents or any of your siblings that are type 2 diabetic, you have a high risk to develop the disease. And so you need to really talk to your family doctors to tell them that, hey, my parents are diabetes, so you got to keep a check with me closely. Now, also, in a sense that when you do study of genes study, they also find out that the genes and the body weight and how the insulin sensitivity, all these really can be related to due to the genes that your parents or whoever you have, could be your grandparents or parents. And one of the things that particular is there's a TCF7L2 genes have shown that a strong associate increase the risk of diabetic of type 2, okay? So that result, a lot of people will say, oh, gee, how can I study the genes? Yes, you can do this check to look for the genes. you can able identify that. But so you can able to understand that if I have that gene, the chances of your diabetes is really high. OK， 嗱，各位堂友，其實咧，每一個人，如果你爹哋媽咪或者你爺爺爸爸或者你公公婆婆或者你細佬妹有咧 ，most likely 咧，其實你都有可能 future 有可能啊。咁因為你家族有咧，你嘅 chance 係高嘅。咁當然啦，遺傳學裏邊咧就講及啦。如果你係已經即係有糖尿增加風險咧，你嘅邊個 genes 咧係會有呢個基因證實呢個。如果你有呢樣嘢咧，就係你糖尿病嘅二型糖尿病高啲咧，就個 genes 咧就 TCF7L2 7L2 啊。咁所以如果你證實即係有呢個 gene 咧，咁個 chance for 你有糖尿病係高嘅。So how do you do to get to understand do you have that gene? So certainly is do a genetic testing for that and give you some valuable information about you potentially develop this genetic disease, and so you can able to at least maybe take some steps to better help yourself not to be really get into a diabetes. And genetic gene testing can be done by you to ask a doctor to help you to do that. And it does give you actually that information. But on the other hand, don't forget, you might not necessarily 100% you will get it, diabetes. You just have the genes, but doesn't mean that you're 100% guaranteed you are getting that diabetes. So keep that in mind. So even you test that you have the gene, you're not 100% guaranteed. So that is good news. Yeah. So you don't have to worry, I have that gene, I'm guaranteed. No, it's not. OK。嗱，各位堂友記住，因為咧，就算你 test 咗呢個 gene 咧，知道啦咁但係咧，就算你有呢個 gene 嘅時候咧，都唔等於你100%你係會有機會有糖尿病嘅。呢個係一個幫助你有一個鼓勵你能夠知道我有咁嘅可能性。咁最低限度咧，你可能夠咧更加多機會決定點去轉你 lifestyle 啦，點樣去幫助你咧能夠唔會防止你係變咗真正嘅糖尿病，呢個先重要。OK， so this will help you actually better understand, so you won't get fall into a trap that I become eventually become a diabetes, because you are not guaranteed to be a diabetes even you get the genes. Okay, so I guess in conclusion, the gene testing is really give you a proactive step to reduce the risk of diabetes, because now you know you have that gene, so you will take step, meaning you will take diet control, you're going to do exercise, you're going to control your weight, and also potentially you drink Lowsutea continuously, so you can always put yourself and measure your blood sugar often, in a sense, understand where you're at, and so from that on, you can really truly prevent yourself to be a diabetes, and your health, the value is your health become better. Isn't that great? Because you will feel much better without the disease. So really, at the end of the day, this is really good, give you a good indicator, right? So 當你 check 咗gene之後，你知道有啦。咁但係有好處咧，就係因為咧，你知道有呢個基因咧，咁你就更加積極去做多啲嘢，好似降低你嘅磅數啦，或者降低你嘅 BMI 啦，食嘢就要 low carb diet 啦，食少啲肥啦，降低血壓啦，降低膽固醇啦，同埋咧仲有咧係 exercise 啦，繼續去度你血糖啦，之類啦，咁你其實咧係幫助咗你咧係唔會有呢個疾病糖尿病嘅風險嘅，呢個係事係好重要嘅。OK， now certainly in different places when you have that genes, I don't know if you've been disclosed, people might worry about, you have potential future diabetes. So they might say, okay, insurance might goes up, so coverage might be an issue. So there is that potential gene discrimination issue. But certainly, you gotta ask your doctor, become very private, and so maybe you can prevent that. And that's something that you have to make sure tell after you even take the test. You have to tell that this is private and cannot disclose to anybody. 其實係好多時咧，你做咗呢個 gene test 之後咧，咁其實咧，咁如果呢個係一個 record 俾保險公司啊，咁你就會可能個保險咧係貴啲嘅喎。咁所以其實好重要咧，真係要咧係話俾你個醫生聽，呢個係唔俾人知嘅，或者係點樣，即係你要自己知好啦。OK， 呢個就係即係提示咗咧，你即係有呢樣嘢，咁嗰啲保險公司咧就會哇，呢個嘢可能有 risk of diabetes， 佢咪增加你所嘅價錢啦。OK。But really, at the end of the day, even you know you have the genes, but more important, I think you have to really get a health style, your lifestyle change, which is effectively prevent you become a diabetes, or if you are a diabetic, it better maintain a better blood sugar level and better manage your diabetic. And basically, even though you have the genes, it doesn't matter because your lifestyle, before you even convert to diabetes, you use the lifestyle program I talk about, meaning you lower your weight, you have low carb diet, healthy diet, you also exercise, and your weight is all under BMI 23, and you continue a very healthy lifestyle. You cook, you measure your blood sugar, continue to realize that you're under, 6.4, pre-diabetic stage, or you would get it right, get down to 5.7. I have a lot of patients who are pre-diabetic from 6.4, dropped down to 5.7, and they stay there. A patient is A1C was 10 or 9, went down to 5.7 and stay between 5.7, 5.8 all the time. No medication now. So they can do it, but they have to work on it because they did a good lifestyle change, meaning that they are really have great diet control, meaning they eat the low carb and a low fat diet, and they don't go a lot to eat a lot of chips, French fry from McDonald's. They have been exercised. They get 10,000 steps per day. Per day, and walk at least 150 minutes exercise per week. They have, barbell, weight exercise also go this way. And it's very simple, actually. This is really simple exercise. And then they did it every day. And on top of that, they have lowered the weight. Wow, that's even more important because when you lower the weight, you lower 10% of your weight, your A1C drop 1 point. Wow, really good. If your A1C is 9, you go down to 8, or 8, you go to 7. And you're 6, you're 7, you go down to 6. Isn't that great? I mean, you can achieve that. It's up to you whether you work on it. Certainly, they measure the blood sugar, they continue to track it. They also come to listen to my webinar. I found they are motivated and we are holding the hand. That's why I said our company is not just give you the tea. And they also drink Lowsutea, by the way. That's very important because they drank Lowsutea. They actually brought the sugar down. And I found also a lot of people with high insulin resistance. If they drink Lowsutea, Lowsutea is like a booster for them. They really help them to bring their blood sugar down much better. Instead of just keep taking metformin, it doesn't really come down that much. So really try that because I think that is really the key. So our highest value here will continue to motivate you, give you information. You can continue to manage. This is our highest value that we'll provide to our client. And this, you are all my friend. We'll hold your hand throughout your diabetic journey or your pre-diabetic journey. So that's what we're trying to do. 嗱，好多朋友咧，其實咧真係要知道咧，原來改變咗個健康生活嘅方式咧，就可以防禦到個控制嘅血糖喎，同埋咧佢會變咗前期患病每咗糖尿病者。所以其實咧，就算你遺傳都好啦，冇問題，因為當你做咗呢樣嘢咧，就算你遺傳咧，你都未必轉到去糖尿病。個原因就係因為你係食嘅控制啦，你嘅 exercise 啦，你每日做1萬步嘅行啦，咁同埋咧消耗咗你 excess 糖啦，咁 咁原來咧你就個 weight 咧係控制咗23個 BMI 啦，咁同埋咧你又度血咧又知道啦，或者你3個月度一次你都知你血糖喺邊度啦，咁同埋咧你就係仲有繼續聽書係管理嘅血糖，哇！呢個先係最重要啊！其實管理先重要，唔係就係飲杯茶咁緊要。飲血糖茶係好大幫手，但係你再知道明白點做管理咧，同埋做咗3個呢樣嘢咧，就 exercise 啊、diet 啊、weight control 咧，呢個先係最重要，幫助你降低血糖。So we have put some slogan for you. It's called the ABC management. It's very simple. A is manage A1C. So A1C, oh, sorry, this is a typo. This is 6.4%, not 7. It's 6.4%. This is old number. 7 is old number. Now it's 6.4%. Your blood pressure got less than 130, not 140. I don't know why. I'm sorry. I have another typo here. So it's 6.4 and 130. Because if you over 140, you already consider a high blood pressure already. So the doctor nowadays is want you to be 130 and lower, and your goal of the sugar is 6.4, not 7. And this is the older standard, okay? Plus your cholesterol, your LDL cholesterol gotta be also low. So usually LDL is 133, but the doctor will want you to be about 120 or so. So this is really good. Or in Hong Kong, will be 3 and lower. You're going to be about 2.5 or so. So they want you to LDL is going to be that. And on top of that, you want to have continue to make sure, check with the doctor whether you are achieving that goal, meaning that maybe every 3 or 6 months you do a blood check, meaning blood sugar check or blood cholesterol check, and your blood pressure, you check yourself every day. Before you just woke up, and before you go to sleep. So make sure that you are continue checking your blood pressure and blood sugar and cholesterol along the way. So you always maintain yourself maintain yourself to be good in that level. 各位同學嗱。頭先唔好意思啊，我喺英文版度打錯咗啊。OK， 咁 A1C 咧 ，A、B、C、A 就 A1C 啦。A1C 咧要 6.4， 頭先見到係7係錯嘅，係 6.4， 因為呢個新嘅 target 咧係 6.4。咁就血壓咧就130或者低過130同埋90上壓130下就90以下。OK， 如果你講130，醫生就會有好似你血壓上升咗喎。咁膽固醇咧，仲要咧就130 milligram per deal， 同埋話3.36。嗱，其實依家香港咧好多醫生咧，你想你個LDL 膽固醇咧就要去到2.5嗰個位置嘅。咁總言之，under 3咧佢都話 OK 啲㗎啦。所以其實咧，即係個好重要嘅質要去到 2.5嘅位置啦。咁如果喺美國咧就大約120嘅位置以下啦。咁其實好多人咧就仲要去到110嗰啲100啲咁，咁所以變咧呢個係呢個 ABC 嚟計啦。第一個 A 就 A1C 啦 ，B 就係 blood pressure 啦，第3 C 咧就 cholesterol， 3樣嘢。嗱，記住好簡單，3樣嘢咧，咁你就搞掂㗎啦。Okay, so really a strategy will prevent manage diabetes is also there's other things besides measure your blood, ABC, right? But you also need to do some other stuff that prevent. If you smoke, if you're a smoker, you got to quit smoking because smoking really increase risk of diabetes. And on top of that, the smoking also increase your chances of increased blood sugar. And plus, you have all kind of side problem like lung cancer, all the stuff. Hey, come on. Quit smoking if you're a smoker, OK？ 嗱，如果你食煙咧，其實好重要咧，就要戒煙啦。因為如果戒煙咧，就會變咗，即係煙係增加你糖尿病風險，同埋咧增加咗健康，同埋可能有即係肺癌啊啲全部係食煙出嚟嘅，所以千祈唔好食煙啦。咁第二樣嘢咧就係 ，so another thing is you have to prevent your diabetes. You have to adopt a real good healthy diet. And meaning healthy diet is certainly you have to eat not only a balanced diet, but you have to have low sugar, low carb, less processed food. You want the whole food is a thing, is high fiber, more fruits, vegetable. All these can better give you better blood sugar level, and also because high fiber, slow absorption, so you can prevent diabetes. So certainly in your diet, really you have to have Lowsutea every meal, pre and post, 2 glasses. Pre-breakfast 1 glass, post 1 glass, pre-lunch 1 glass, post 1 glass, pre-dinner 1 glass, post dinner 1 glass, and after dinner, wait 1 hour, you do another glass, and 1 hour before sleep, another glass. So all that will give you total 8 glasses of 240 ml of Lowsutea will help you continue manage your blood sugar. Wow, isn't that easy? So instead, drinking water, drink Lowsutea. Very simple. A lot of my clients just bring a big bottle, 1 liter. And a lot of people say, why 2 liters? Now, 2 liters is important because it will help you dilute your blood and also don't make your blood so thick. And then you also have enough fluid to give you the detox function. If you have enough fluid, also improve your bowel movement and get rid of all your poisons. So that is a strategy. It's not because I just wanted you to drink more Lowsutea, okay? 嗱，各位同學，其實好重要咧，喺管理上咧要飲要進行一個健康飲食啦。咁有咩健康飲食啊？第一要低糖同埋低，唔可以食啲加工嘅食物啊，要食高纖維食物，即係唔好食 hot dog 啊嗰啲啦嚇。咁啊，同埋咧就要有可啲穀物嘅食物啦，水果、蔬菜啊嗰啲，仲要綠色嘢就更加正啦。咁同埋咧食呢啲嘢就會因為有好多 fibre 啦，同埋佢係有高纖維咧，係降低你個糖嘅吸收嘅。咁仲係好重要咧，每日一定要飲去糖茶。嗱，飲去糖點緊要咧？其實係真係幫助你降低血糖、膽固醇嚟排毒同埋在血壓嘅。咁係點飲啊？就每日朝頭早起身就一杯。食早餐前一杯啦，食完早餐另外一杯啦，食晏晝一杯啦，然後食晏晝一杯啦，晚餐一杯，然後晚餐食完飯又一杯，或者食粉飯飲都唔同，冇所謂嘅。咁仲有咧就係、1個鐘頭食完飯咧，又食一杯，即係食生果嗰陣時再飲多杯啦。再後1個鐘頭未瞓之前飲多杯。咁你每日8杯茶咧，你就會好快脆咧。就會能夠真係好嘅降低血糖。嗱，好特別喎！啲人話：喂，點解飲8杯啊？食2個 litre 2公升好高嘅喎？唔係，其實每人一定係3公升啊！你而家就飲2公升啫。咁仲有咧，其實多咗水咧，係幫助你排毒啦，大碌咗你嘅血啦，唔會咁結啦。咁你個 form plaque 咧就少咗嘅。咁所以變咗嚟講係好重要繼續做呢樣嘢嘅。Now, certainly, as I said, one of the strategy you have to regular exercise. So American Heart Association asks you for 150 minutes per week to do exercise, okay? Plus within that 75 minutes, we have to have some kind of vigorous exercise. That's why I said use a barbell. You can watch TV and just do this. And then just use the barbell going up and down. You can Stockmaster. Wow, that's really good. Half an hour, that's all you're going to do every day. And then with that, you also increase your muscle strength, and also you will feel much better because you know what? You can walk better. When you age, you get better. So all that will help you decrease your chances of diabetes or improve your diabetes and also improve your aging better, feel better. I move faster. I won't fall that easily. So these are the things that will help you along the way. 咁防禦管理裏邊咧有一個好重點咧，就一定要有 exercise。嗱 exercise 定期 exercise 咧，其實咧就係150分鐘1個禮拜行得㗎啦。OK， 如果你喺75分鐘裏邊咧1個禮拜咧係做埋呢啲有重嘅嘅 exercise 咧，你揾個 barbell 揾個啞鈴啊，咁呢個上落啊，然後半個鐘頭就話或者做個 step master 行呢個樓梯嘅呢個運動咧，咁其實已經夠㗎咯。咁你又可以 increase muscle 嘅 strength 啦，又可能夠令到你咧肌肉更繼續係強化咗你啦。咁你行路咧唔怕跌啦，同埋咧當你老啲嘅時候咧，你個人咧係醒神啲嘅，唔會慢慢咁行咧每樣嘢，因為你有 exercise， 呢個係好重要嘅。And also in diabetic, one of the things that a lot of people ignore is stress. Now, if you continue stress, actually stress increase the cortisol hormone, you will be able to actually increase more sugar into your bloodstream. So net result, when stressed, you are continue to get more sugar that will help you not to lower sugar, but increase your sugar. And your cholesterol also goes up because they want energy to make sure you're stressed, ready for you to war, for you to take action. So at the end of the day, if you lower your stress to meditation, deep breathing, you're not stressed out, your blood sugar will become actually better. Plus, if you can not smoke and you, as you know, not stress, because stress you also take snacks, you cut that off. So then you have much more positive effect on you rather than, wow, I stress, I start eating chips, cookies, whatever. The end of the weight, that is not really helpful. 仲有其實咧好重要，好多人都唔知道，要管理就一樣嘢係個壓力。當你好壓力嘅時候咧，你血糖會上升嘅，因為個人咧有荷爾蒙裏邊咧放一啲呢個叫 cortisol 荷爾蒙出嚟咧，係增加你糖上升，加你膽固醇，因為佢準備你打仗。咁但係咧，你如果 stress 嘅時候，最好就係做得大嘅深呼吸啦，或戒酒戒煙啦。咁同埋咧，仲有咧就係能夠即係多啲 relax 嘅feeling 咧，咁你糖係會降翻低嘅。同埋仲有咧，就如果你係 stress 嘅，多數咧暴食啦，即係我食 chips 啦，我又食其他嘅雜物啦，咁你其實咧就全部增加你糖，亦都增加卡路里，咁咪對你全部身體唔健康嘅。And on top of that, if you are already diabetic, don't forget to take your medication. It's very important to continue to take medication and work with the doctor to see whether your A1C are still at that high. Maybe you can lower your medication to lower number, especially you drink Lowsutea together with the medication is very beneficial because Lowsutea will not affect your medication, will just assist you to get your blood sugar faster. A lot of people start drinking Lowsutea, even the metformin is 2,000 milligrams, they continue to drink. You know what? The sugar continue to come down, and their medication continue to come down. Lowsutea continue the same amount, and they are later on they end up with no medication. But a lot of doctors will be some conservative. They will still give you one tab of 500 milligrams per day, which is all right. Keep doing it. But importantly, you are lower blood sugar to a typical normal level, like you are 5.7 or you are 6.0, that type of, or 1. If you are in US, would be like 110 to 120, within that range. Wow, that is good. So keep up your medication. Don't think that I will do all this, I don't need medication. People do forget. But do not forget diabetic medication is important. 各位同學，你要記住要食藥，因為唔食藥咧，你可能真係咧 end up 咧就係啲糖高 up 出奇嘅。咁但係食藥同埋飲虛糖茶有分別㗎，冇問題嘅，因為佢係冇狀嘅，只係有幫助嘅啫。好多人咧係呢個 metformin 咧食到2000個 milligram 嘅，但係食咗之後再加虛糖茶咧，一路降一路飲一路降一路降一路降，最後咧。佢我哋一粒嘅啫，即係500 milligram。咁其實好多醫生咧都希望食一粒啦，咁就一個防禦性嘅啫。咁所以咧由2000 gram 去到食一粒咧係一個好大轉變嚟喎，每日食一粒嘅啫喎。再計飲佢落茶咧，佢血糖咧係好正，全部係有5.86之間，唔會去到790嗰啲嘅。咁啊好正 A1C 係跌翻6.4以下，哇好開心啊！咁呢個咧要長嘅咧，即係幫助你係一個健康水平嘅血糖。So Lowsutea definitely help you because Lowsutea actually lower your blood sugar, cholesterol, blood pressure, and then they combine everything. You actually also run down your detox. So naturally, this is really just a fruits and vegetable. Is not really any medication. So you can take it together with Lowsutea and your medication is no contraindication, but it will give you overall health and give you a better person because it does lower your 3 high, and that is the most important. 嗱，虛糖茶咧好有幫助嘅，其實佢係100%天然啦，其實咧仲有對你食緊樣係冇任何衝撞嘅。 你係食咗佢之後咧，就係幫助你降低你血糖啦、膽固醇啦、血壓啦同排毒嘅啫。咁所以變咗嚟講咧，其實飲個去糖茶係一個資助，呢個 supplement support 你係俾你一個更加健康嘅東西。嗱，千祈唔好話，哇！我飲去糖茶唔食藥喎，咁又唔正仔話，你要繼續食藥，繼續出嚟，佢藥會降低。咁你唔食咁多藥，但係你繼續係飲茶，繼續係更加俾你身體健康嘅。Okay? So really, Lowsutea can make a difference because you lower your 3 high, lower your blood pressure, your blood sugar, and cholesterol. And they give you also through our lecture, we'll give you a combined lifestyle change strategy, help you understand why it's important to have exercise, diet, and weight control, and measure your blood sugar. So the 5 program we have is really give you a whole program. And I think this is the biggest value. It's not only Lowsutea. They give you a management program to help you to become better managed of diabetes or your pre-diabetic. So this is what we will do. 嗱，其實咧好重要啦，我哋個節目咧就其實係幫助你咧係控制到你嘅前期患病啦，或者你糖尿患病者啦，解決咗個高血壓啦，解決高血糖啦，解決膽固醇啦。同埋咧，仲有咧係幫助繼續維持 good 身體健康。咁我哋嘅節目咧，希望咧就拖住你手，能夠令到繼續鼓勵你咧，係呢個我覺得係最大 value， 唔係淨係去糖茶咁簡單，能夠你知道點去管理你嘅糖尿病病同埋你嘅前期患病。So I thought that perhaps, I don't know, you have actually remembered this video. So I thought we could show you the video one more time just to give you some idea. I don't know you have actually remembered this video. So I thought we could show you the video one more time just to give you some idea. I don't know you have actually remembered this video. So I thought we could show you the video one more time just to give you some idea. I don't know you have actually remembered this video. So I thought we could show you the video one more time just to give you some idea. I don't know you. Sorry, I pressed the wrong button. So I thought that perhaps today I just show you this video, and maybe you can remember. This is my patient. Her name is Melody. Okay.
Since my mom was type 2 diabetic and my mother-in-law in USA is also a type 2 diabetic, and then I made my chip break my
fingers.
I was 7.
Wow.
And my whole world is like.
Actually, the cost is also very high.
Very
Even
high.
your insurance, you still pay a certain amount. Some of my friends in the US, they pay about $400 per month.
Yeah.
Just on medication, even with insurance.
That's the start that I need to do something with this. So I didn't want to go to doctor. Because I traced it early. I want to do it naturally on my own, but I don't know how. I need help.
The earliest stage before you drinking tea, your blood sugar was 17.3.
Yes.
17.3. And then your whole day was 17.3. Scary, isn't it? Yeah. But then after you start drinking a tea, what happened is 5 days afterward, your sugar start going down to from 8.1, coming down, continues coming down, 7.1, so forth, so on, and got down 4.3. And your whole day stay around 5, 6 area. You can see how good it is. And so it's really amazing. You did extremely well. Your even when you eat, your blood sugar don't even go up above 10.
Yeah.
You are staying somewhere around 6.9, 7 something. I mean, it's amazing. Okay.
So I guess I just want to show you the video. So this is some of my patients who really actually did well with Lowsutea. And at the end of the day, in conclusion, we want to increase, want to make sure that you folks are really able to, decrease your risk of diabetes, make you be a healthy lifestyle, can be effective way to manage diabetes. And really, at the end of the day, you really have good dieting, you need to exercise, you have to weight control, you have to drink Lowsutea, and then you listen to what we do. And hopefully with that, you know how to manage your diabetes, and naturally you will become a much better individual, prevent you from pre-diabetic or pre-diabetic, and also prevent you from become a diabetes, or you have diabetes now, get you to reverse back to a pre-diabetic. 各位同學，最後結論咧就係你喺呢度改變生活習慣啦，要basic 要你exercise 啦、diet 啦，同埋你嘅磅重嘅管理啦，同埋飲去糖茶啦。希望會做晒啲嘢之後咧，你就能夠幫助咗你咧，係能夠降低你 pre-diabetic 前期患病風險或者糖尿病風險。我呢個講座完咗啦。冇事，今日過咗少少時間，我就想問下各位有冇其他問題。So today our lecture is finished. I hope that we all have. If you guys want to have questions, you can ask, or you can send me an email, or right here the email, so you can actually write to me. I would love to answer questions if you can, or you want to call. You can call WhatsApp. This is the WhatsApp number, 852-3001-5644. Or call me from USA, 1773-273-8082. If you can write me an email, that would be really good. So we can love to answer your questions, okay? Are there any questions? Okay. And maybe you can take a picture of this slide if you want to. Okay, if you have no question, then so I want to wish everybody a healthy weekend. I hope this and help you out on understanding better diabetic management or pre-diabetic management. So thank you very much again, and aloha. Appreciate your attention on our meeting. Say goodbye. I see you next week. Thank you.